Well, it's obviously a profession, a field which is evolving, and a profession which is in the process of becoming more and more professional. And if it doesn't change or isn't changing, then something is dreadfully wrong with it. In my observation, it has changed radically and rapidly. When I joined the field immediately after World War II, we were facing a society that had a lot of pent-up desires for consumer goods. It was, a runaway market, and companies that were offering services and products couldn't find enough people who could write. That was why they were raiding newspapers so much. For people who could handle the basic publicity, product publicity, which was pretty much what the field was all about, from my observation in the late 40s and early 50s, and then you saw many companies begin to go public. And so there was a need for communication in financial public relations, and that, was the groundswell that occurred in the 50s. And come the 60s, and you had the societal turbulence that we were facing every place from the campus to the street, and in all that we were beginning to encounter the need for crisis management and learning more about corporate social responsibility than we ever had before. And then the society was changing into one that was very litigious and very regulated, so that relationships with regulators and legislators and so forth began to take a priority, and overarching all of this became the development in technology, which has had such an incredible impact on our business. It's been frightening me since the late 70s, but nevertheless, it's inevitable and pretty amazing in some of its effects. And the globalization of the practice as business has become globalized, that has had a tremendous impact on public relations. So we keep being the creature of societal evolution, and because we are dealing with the needs and relationships within that society. I mean, anything that happens in the society, be it women's issues or civil rights or gays and lesbians or whatever it is, in terms of our social fabric, it impacts the organizations which we serve. And therefore, if we are going to be brokers of relationships with various segments of the society, then we have to know something about what's going on out there and be ahead of that curve. So that what I've seen in my, how many years? Some 50 plus years, or more than I care to count. I've seen the focus grow from marketing, which is a more respectable term than product publicity, from marketing, and certainly that's a more sophisticated definition of promoting a product and service. that segment is still thriving and still important and still very much a part of the practice of public relations. But it's by no means, the full pie. When you look at financial public relations and and social responsibility and all the various segments of the practice, and then we're the evolution of marketing into branding and all that kind of nomenclature.